because I took a look at both their streams, so I am somewhat synced up, but I don't know what their randoms are just yet. I'll figure that out when I see them on.
Oh, and here we are coming in hot on this Dragon Warrior Randomizer seed. This is Smashy. I have Kamion Inokai as the tracker, Brian Williams, a new face in restreaming, and we are bringing you the Sunday weekly of Dragon Warrior Randomizer in progress. Hey, looking like we have a very high strength start, and yeah, you can see our featured rares we have Ferran Burgundy and Diabetes. Diabetes already up to level 4. We start with like 20 something strength, so able to just beat down on stuff. But the Druid launching their own beatdown with the Hurt More. So yeah, we are coming back with the Dragon Warrior Randomizer with the League soon approaching. That is up on the Dragon Warrior Randomizer Discord, and we're gonna get the official stats on level 3. We had 5 power, 6 agility, 4 health, and 7 magic. Seems like we're pretty light on the spell zone. In fact, we have none. But yeah, we have the preliminary information up for the league. That'll be starting up soon, so expect the weekly streams to be coming back in force. And speaking of force, here comes level 5. It's got some force, alright. It's got 16 power, but no spells. And it looks like we did have an early cursed belt, so a little bit of information there. Looks like our rares are just grinding at the moment, but at some point they will want to head out into the world to find 3 plot ingots to make a thingy, to make a bridge, to go beat up a Dragon Lord. They will need to find the Stones of Sunlight in a chest, the Silver Harp in a chest, which can then be traded in at a cave for the Staff of Rain, and Erdrick's Token, which can be in a chest or in one of 3 search spots. You collect all that stuff, you go trade in to some jerk guy, and he will give you a rainbow drop. You go make a bridge, you go raid the final dungeon. And in the meantime, they'll be exploring for some other key pieces of equipment, like Erdrick's armor, some weaponry, some shields, all that good stuff. Also fighting stuff to gain experience, to get the stats, to actually defeat the Dragon Lord. And yeah, it looks like Diabetes is just sticking hard to this ground with 53 strength, just take it out everything. And already level 6 early on, we are going to get 9 more powers, so well, it's working out with the high strength. We already have 62 strength, but no spells, so Diabetes using the Alina sprite, and it certainly feels like an Alina seed. You punch things really hard. It looks like Diabetes is finally going to take some exploration and finds a wizard. Finds out that the wizard has Dragon Lord's breath. And yeah, it looks like Diabetes is going to look for some bigger stuff to punch out. And finds a town. I don't know if this town was found super early or not, but Diabetes Okay, turned away for a little bit, now heading in, and we'll find Hawksness. It contains one of our search spots, but you have to defeat a really powerful enemy, and Sherlock is full of enemies, so not interested at the moment. 62 strength will only do so much. Especially against a red dragon. Meanwhile, Fromberry just suffering a little bit with the powerful skills the enemies have, just now hitting level 6, equalizing that. We'll see if he takes off or if he wants to get a bit more experience. Okay, Diabetes gonna give a Wolf Lord a go. And should be able to kill it here, although it's gonna cost all of his health. And yes, he will. That's 52 experience. Ooh, the skeleton's gonna go down as well. In the meantime, Frombergy's starting to dip his toes into the water, maybe looking for some of those Zone 1 and 2 enemies. The zones directly surrounding Tantegel and can only have up to the wolf in strength. And finds the Druin casts Hurt More, and down goes Faron. Still not enough health to reliably survive Hurt More, as Diabetes manages a critical hit on a wolf and takes it down in one shot. Actually getting pretty close to level 7. And manages to nail the Druin in one hit. So that's a good chunk of experience. Doesn't have to worry about the hurt more. And shall continue on. So yeah, it looks like our restreamed runners are... Well, Diabetes is starting to poke out and finds another town. Meanwhile, Ferran's just looking to get level 7 and then move on. We have 9 players in this race, as Diabetes actually manages to find Cole. We have a search spot here, and it has the Fairy Flute. The vanilla location for the Fairy Flute, it will put the Golem to sleep, which is a very powerful enemy and not much else. And the shop contains all manners of weaponry and the Silver Shield, the best shield outright in the game. Meanwhile, Fromberry, trying to defeat the wolf for level 7, is unable to do so. 32 magic and no spells to use with it. Diabetes is actually going to take the very long walk all the way around Cole. Is actually going to sell the Cursed Belt and should be able to buy up some herbs, buy up a nice full complement of herbs, buy up a dragon scale, maybe a couple torches, and we'll now have made for a copper sword. So that'll be plus 10 to the attack power, should he choose that route. Cole's item shop is one of the nastiest ones to deal with because you have to walk all the way around. And then you have NPCs that can get in there and block your way, and it can just become a headache. But Diabetes not running into too many problems, and will indeed pick up the copper. In the meantime, Ferran Burgundy is going to hit level 7 off of a critical hit to a wolf. Will gain 4, 2, 5, 5, and finally get spells. What do you have? Return. Wraith is breathing fire, And he's breathing fire again. That will take out from Burgundy. And we have a cave for Diabetes. We have Drakey. Drakey's going to go down. We have two caves. The first cave is looking to be the Grave of Garen, and Diabetes wants to see that second cave first. It's going to see the Spectre, going to take a nasty hit, but gets away. Meanwhile, from Burgundy, discovering that wyverns are wyburns this seed. And I think Diabetes might have actually discovered Garen's Grave and Swamp South, so an interesting combo there. Not interesting poking his head in, and it will pay off with the discovery of the Big C, Charlotte Castle, the final dungeon of the game. And nothing much else, so depending on how well Diabetes knows his dark caves, it may look like not very well. Well, he's going to pick up level 7 here for the, again, 4255, and the Spell of Return. And will die to the Axonite. Meanwhile, Ferumberty keeping up with the zone, likes those wolves, will looking to take them to level 8, as Diabetes is going to, we'll see where he goes. Immediately ran into a ghost and taking it. Immediately ran into a scorpion and taking it out. Yeah, it looks like Diabetes is trying to get all the early branches out of the way. We'll defeat the scorpion and get a little bit of experience and manage to get through the swamp and use one of those herbs. And it's now free to explore the thing up here. Meanwhile, Frombergity is rapidly approaching level 8, just taking out wolf after wolf. Looking like Fron can actually reliably two-shot wolves, and Diabetes dies to a green dragon, getting the ambush and doing hurt more for exactly max HP. There was no way Diabetes was getting out of that one. And one short for Frombergity for level 8. Red Slime will do it. Red Slime will do it. So we shall see what's on level 8, and it has 9 more power, 2 agility, 11 health, and 5 magic, but no spells. 75 attack power with your fists at level 8 is pretty adequate. But it looks like Veron's going to stick to the grind. Meanwhile, it looks like Diabetes is going to take a moment to just gain level 8 himself. And it looks like Veron's actually starting to branch out, so... and wants nothing to do with that wizard. But the exploration here north will lead to Cole and the ability to heal up if Veron makes the correct turn here. Looking like that. And there's Cole for Fron, so he will be picking up his fairy flute. Probably checking the shop. I imagine 501's easily enough to pick up that copper sword. Gonna take a pit stop at the end, and we shall see where he goes from. See if he takes the long walk to the item shop in order to do a stock up, or if he will just head on out into the world. And it looks like out into the world it is. Maybe. In the meantime, Divius taking out the wolf will gain level 8. And with 54 health, you're pretty safe to explore. The only thing that can defeat you in one hit at that point is a Dragon Lord Breath attack. It looks like Faron's going to head east here. So going to miss out on the Grave and Swamp Cave for now. Gonna take some harassment from this Mel Scorpion, but wakes up and just punches it in the face. And, well, stabs it in the face. He's got a copper sword now. Knight might be a little optimistic. Yeah, it's doing some pretty heavy damage to no armor. Only spells return, don't have any way to heal, don't have any way to kill stuff with a snap of your fingers, a whole lot of hurting. And while managing to take out the Poltergeist. Looks like Faron just went in a big loop, basically. Right back to Cole. So, guess what? Pit stop and probably just straight out the door. Meanwhile, Diabetes actually catches a glimpse of the metal slime on the route directly to Cole, as Frombergy will find another town and take out another. Meanwhile, Diabetes is trying to give this wyvern out, doesn't get hit with the Dragon Lord Breath, and will actually manage to kill it in 2 hits, so. Meanwhile, Faron gets taken to 5 health, runs away from the Green Dragon, and will find Remeldar for keys. Meanwhile, Diabetes learning the bad news. Wyverns have the Dragon Lord Breath and will leave him rather crispy. It looks like Faron had enough gold for a full complement of keys, so just going to quickly take the Remeldar in chest, and we'll find a torch. Meanwhile, Diaby is discovering how annoying Cole's item shop can be. One of those NPCs just goes right up to the hallway and parks himself right in it. It's going to waste even more time for Diabetes. Meanwhile, Faron checking the gear shop just to take some notes on it, as he only has about 65 gold left. And just going to go ahead and return and go check out the Tantegel Treasury, as Diabetes manages to get back to this item shop and will pick up herbs. So, Treasury has the Fighter's Ring for 2 attack power. Already rocking stuff. Gold. The Silver Harp, one of the items we need to beat the game. And the herb. So, pretty good treasury. We get the fighter's ring to help our attack power. We get a key item, and we have some gold. So yeah, I'd rate that one pretty highly. Meanwhile, Divius not gonna rate that one highly. The blue dragon with the Dragon Lord breath. It's gonna take him out. And underneath Tangible, we have Tablet Cake. One chest, no encounters. Just walk in, collect your goods, and walk back out. Meanwhile, Divius, looking for the exploration south, is going to find a dead end, and here we go, herb. Divius actually managing to make these wyverns work has taken the experience pretty high up. Yeah, already just 101 experience from the next level. So for Burgundy, going to maybe do a bit of a ghetto grind here. Just going to walk in, out, and pick up this herb and money. Meanwhile, Divius is going to put that fairy flute to use and put this golem to sleep and just run off instant. And actually finds a new town of Cantlin. 2 immediately available item shops, and then you have an item shop locked behind a key door, and of course, the big thing here, south of the town, the coordinates guy, as Divius will actually pick up these small sheep. And finds a nice selection on this one. We have some clothes, we have chainmail, we have full plate, we have broadsword. This nice collection all around. Looks like Ferranberg is about to buy some stuff of his own. Over here at Remoldar, if this guy will gather. 1627, that looks like a hand axe. And the large shield. And nice little leather armor. So Ferranberg, managing to successfully fill all of his item shops, shall now head out to the world a fully geared princess with an axe. Meanwhile, Divius managing to discover that the wizards can breathe fire, and is of the Dragon Lord variety, so down he goes again. Just not having luck with the high amount of Dragon Lord breath out. Meanwhile, Franz managed to find a zone with a few specters that are looking pretty juicy. This Stoneman not looking so juicy. But an escape and herb, and we'll find the Demon Knight. Go after the Demon Knight, I approve of this. Oh, but the heal more comes out. That might not be a big deal depending on rolls, but the hurt more after it takes out Ferranberg's knee. Meanwhile, Divius keeps on trying to go straight west from Tantagel. Unfortunately, has not seen Remoldar. That looks to be you head north and then you head east at the split, and it should be pretty obvious. But has a chance that this Wolf Lord will take it down for level 9. It's okay. 5 power, no agility, 3 health, 7 magic, and the spell of finally we have a heal. that will give us an outlet for all that MP and, well, okay, you can't heal more than that, but yeah, that should really help the exploration. In the meantime, Fromberg is just going to take a quick moment here to gain level 9 and get the good news. Debbie thinks about it, goes after the knight, immediately gets a critical hit and takes it out. And from Burgundy shall be the new recipient of a nice little Healmore spell, going up to level. And you can just tell the power runners wield. Just a hand axe able to just one shot and two shot a whole lot of things, and that's really helping you to get that experience. Especially in the absence of spells like we have. We only just now got Heal More, and they've pretty much just been stuck with nothing for use in combat until. But Fron has found a cave. About to get in that cave as soon if he can get away from the wizard. And finds the harp trade in, which he actually has the harp, so he will be able to trade in the harp for the staff. It looks like Diabetes is going to find us another cave here if the green dragon allows it, and, well, he will allow it. Diabetes game gets in the cave and finds what appears to be the mountain cave, so we're going to have 5 chests. Meanwhile, From Burgundy has found Breckenary and shall discover that it has another silver shield. I think we've seen a ton of those, and the red dragon shows up in Mountain Cave and shall block Diabetes' progress. Meanwhile, From Burgundy just heading on out, quickly finding a dead end, and shall head on. And unfortunately, Diabetes keeps taking the exploration west when the thing he wants is north. That town of Rimeldar is not too far off the kind of the split route because of the lake. You go left enough and you will be in Rimeldar, but Diabetes hasn't done that yet. From Burgundy failing to run from the Blue Dragon and paying the price and a bunch of fire to the face. And Diabetes actually goes after the golem and gets it with the fairy flute. And shall gain 5/1/8/1 spell of hurt. Unfortunately for the hurt spell, Diabetes already has something that hurts, and it's called 85 string. And Diabetes now going to give the Knight a go, and we'll take it out. And manages to get an excellent move to take out another Knight as the Wraith only breathing normal fire gets taken out by Furon, getting him that much closer to level 10. Unfortunately, Stoneman walls him. Meanwhile, Diabetes is trying to give this Knight a go. Able to take out with all that strength, they can actually take out some of these really big enemies. And enemies with DL Breath, it looks like low percentage on the Wyvern, and then Wizards and Blue Dragons also have it. Diabetes is going to suffer the hurt more. It looks like Diabetes is just going to park here and try to grind maybe those Knights. But not those Green Dragons. Yeah, it looks like Diabetes might just be taking a moment here to gain level 11 off the Knights, as Ferran Burgundy, with the keys, has found Caitlyn. So we shall soon see what the coordinates are. Ferran should have no problem making it there with the Heal More spell. Yeah, lots of Dragon Lord Breath, lots of Hurt More flowing about in this seed. Not a lot of spells for our runners. We picked up Heal More in the mid levels, and that's pretty much been it. And for the coordinates, that may go in search. 1 north and 1 east. I'd imagine they tripped over that about half a dozen times, and they discovered the token on the map. Ferran using his expert counting skills to press up once and right once to successfully collect that token, one of the key items. And with the flute at Cole and the token on the world map, that confirmed puts the armor at Hawksness. We have not seen the inside of Hawksness yet, other than the ability to say, oh, this Hawksness, I'm leaving now. That Diabetes gave us. So we don't know what that Guardian is yet, although Fromm may be going to poke at that. And by that I mean he's crispy. So yeah, Diabetes looking to try to get that much closer to level 11. Should be able to kill this Demon Knight unless it dodges and hurt more. Demon Knight's the enemy with the highest chance of evading your attacks in the game at about a 25% chance. And it looks like Ferran Burgundy is going to try to get to that Hawksness and at least see what's... Although a bunch of encounters are giving him problems. And gets taken out by the axe. And Diabetes with a critical hit, piercing that Metal Slime's defense, shall gain level 11. And gets 9 more power, 11 more health, 10 more magic, and the spell of Radiant. And you can already see the strength is in the green, which means when it comes time for the end game, Diabetes has enough strength to deal with the Dragon. However, the agility is a major concern right now, with another no agility level. And Diabetes is actually going to give Mountain Cave another. And with the almighty Copper Sword just dealt 41 to a Male Scorpion. Those things do not have the worst defense, and he just took him. Meanwhile, it looks like Faron Burgundy going to take a moment to exactly hit level 10. And shall pick up the rather outdated spell of her. And it looks like Diabetes has evaded the Fire Police long enough to pick up the torch. And shall make it downstairs. 4 more chests down here. Let's see what they got. Got a Dragon Scale, which I believe Diabetes already has one of those on, so no big deal. Going to take this chest, find some gold, take the other chest, find some wing. Only 1 chest remaining in the mountain cave. And it is wings. So mountain cave, a complete bust. And Diabetes actually going after the wizard, but with very little armor and kind of low agility for his level, actually taking some rather nasty normal damage from the wizard, so opts not to try to finish the fight. Meanwhile, Faron Burgundy is giving an Axe Knight a go. And Faron Burgundy with the proof that the Axe Knight can actually be taken down. And that Spectre wants nothing to do with Faron. We're going to get a look at this spike tile. It is the Golem. If Faron can get a little bit of Fairy Flute luck with those sleeps, he can actually beat this Golem and get his Erdrick's armor. Nice hit for 30. It's staying asleep. Oh, it woke up and got a big hit. So Faron does have 1 more heal more, and then it just maybe try to flute. Faron actually electing to use the herb for now. I don't mind that play. Get yourself out of 1-shot range, and then... Well, if he woke up and got a big punch, he could heal more then, but he does not wake up, and Faron Burgundy has a nice shiny suit of Erdrick's armor, the best armor in the game. Not only does it have the best defense at 28, it will regenerate 1 health for every step you take. It will completely ignore damage tiles. You completely ignore stop spell. You can no longer be damaged by... You can no longer have your spell blocked by stop spell. And the damage from the hurt spells and Dragon Breath is cut in 1/3, so... Faron Burgundy now has all the sexy. Just like that armlet from some Dota game or something else. Yeah, it is a very useful piece of gear to get, and that is a pretty useful level for Faron to get all those nice stats, pick up some life. And take it up to an Axe Knight. At level 11, our runners actually now have enough health to just outright survive Dragonlord. And it looks like Diabetes is gonna take a peek at this spike tile. Well, if the red dragon allows, yeah, he's gonna allow it. And Diabetes is about to get the real good news that there is, in fact, a pair of wings in his inventory. I don't know what he was reaching for, but accidentally uses the wings and gonna have to take the walk. Meanwhile, Fromberg actually managing to pick up some really nice kills going after these Axe Knight. I think what happened was Diabetes may have been wanting to use Heal More and accidentally mismenu to item instead of spell. And then one tap up, and oh wait, there's wings at the bottom of your inventory, and he's gone. Didn't happen this time, so Diabetes is going to take out this golem. Diabetes having plenty of Heal More should just be able to easily heal this off, and yeah, go and heal it off, and then start swinging, although the golem instantly wakes up. So, our two featured runners each know something the other doesn't, as Diabetes manages to find Erdrick's armor. And unfortunately, they're going the wrong way to find it. And Diabetes is actually going to take out another golem here and gain level 12, only about 77 experience away, so this golem will do. Meanwhile, Fromberg taking out another Axe Knight, going to kind of do the exploration that Diabetes has done over here and find a whole bunch of nothing, although Ferron gets the luxury of not having to take all this swamp damage due to Erdrick's. And here we go, level 12 for Diabetes. We shall see the stats there. 1 power, 1 agility, 9 health, 20 magic, but no spells. And yeah, the big thing is no keys for Diabetes. Even though he has the known Grave of Garen, he has the known Swamp Cave, although the princess is quite pointless in this sea, as Diabetes just tripped over Erdrick's toe. And it looks like Diabetes is going to head north, and if he manages to go left at the split, he is probably going to see Remodar and be kicking himself. But nope, he's leaning to the right. Meanwhile, Fromberg is going to poke into Mountain Cave, find the nothing. We'll see if he elects to take the gold grind from here. I mean, between blue dragons and red dragons on that top floor, I imagine there is quite the easy death warp there. Yeah, it looks like back north for Diabetes. And probably over to the Grave of Garen. Yeah, one of the features of Erdrick's armor is that the stop spell will never work, so as long as these green dragons keep attempting stop spell, they're going to be a nice, easy chunk of experience. And yeah, Diabetes making a beeline for those 2 caves. Gonna have the Grave of Garen, and then probably poking through Swamp Cave as the Jern dies to the critical hit. And I don't know how much stuff Veron got in Mountain Cave, but the wizard using Dragon Lord Breath taking him out. We'll see if he got enough for the gold grind. Gotta remember, it's that, I believe it's that middle chest. Takes the earth. Takes the nothing that was Silver Harp. It takes the Fighter's Ring. And we'll see if you get it. It's as soon as the guard gets out of the way. And yep, Veron has started to print money as Diabeus takes the top 3 of Garen's grave. I believe I saw a cursed belt there. Not quite sure on the other 2, but yeah, we'll see what Veron prints up to. I imagine it would be the full... Nope, just 2 Silver Shield men. Meanwhile, Diabeus managing to one-shot a Wyvern. And finds another cave. I believe this... oh, this is actually bonus cave. For each of gold. And yeah, Diabetes actually managing to find the northeastern corner of the map. Going to take on the Axe Knight, use Heal more, and finish it off and get a nice chunk of experience. Meantime, Faron Burgundy about to get the best shield in the game and make himself that much tank. And yeah, that is just completely dead-ended for Diabetes. I would not be surprised if the next action is straight through the Swamp Cave that is right. Ferran has, Diabetes hasn't. And that will actually be the level for Diabetes. We shall see no strength, 6 agility, 14 health, and 15 magic. The stats are starting to look real fine already at just level 13, although the agility is really bad. The 99 health is important because it's over 97, which is the breakpoint at which you will always survive 2 Dragon Lord Breath attacks. And 95 MP is almost to 12 heal more, which is a pretty decent amount. It looks like with Diabetes' stat spread, he's just decided, okay, I'm just gonna kill this thing. Meanwhile, Ferran taking care of a lot of the exploration that Diabetes did earlier. And Diabetes, with most of his MP, actually manages to kill the red dragon, so... getting a nice run through and finds another ridge. Unfortunately, that was the last heal more for Diabetes, so going to need to kill with this swing. And it's really high, but not enough. That's quite unfortunate, actually. I saw a few good swings in there. But yeah, going to be some difficult progression through the Swamp Cave without the outside spell. With the outside spell, since that is Swamp South, with the outside spell, they could use that spell to instantly warp out the northern exit, which in this case would put them on the other side, and Diabetes is finally heading north and west. Come on, press up. No. Oh, I think Diabetes just saw it. And at this point, at 53 minutes in, you've got to be kidding yourself. You've got to be kicking yourself that you've missed this for this long. Because this is a Wimbledon that was not very far off of Tantagel. And you just got here right now. You can't be feeling good about that. The question now is, what does Diabetes do from here? Is he gonna maybe go back to the grave and check Deep Grave looking for key items at some point? Well, first off, he's gonna get a large shield. Oh. Meanwhile, Veron trying to give the Metal Slime the business. And it runs away. Looks like Diabetes is going to poke around a bit more before heading back. I believe this is actually new exploration here to the north. Or no, this is stuff that Veron's already done. So this will be the Staff Cave, although unfortunately Diabetes did not go back to Tantagel and does not have the Silver Harp on hand. I think believe beyond this is Brecconary, and then just have to turn back. And Spectre's actually with the Dragon Lord Breath attack. But they're gonna go down. I believe this should be Brecconary. It looks like Veron's gonna give Mountain Cave a second go, so unfortunately about to discover all the nothing now. Although it will look like Diabetes, yep, going to make that upgrade to the hand axe, 5 more attack power. And yeah, there's the official nothing for Veron. And there's the official nothing on the map for Diabetes down there, just south of Brick. Diabetes actually going to manage to kill the wizard. But is a little bit less interested in the golem as Ron Burgundy with no outside spell has to take the long walk out. And it's now for Ron's turn to give some of these tougher enemies a go, giving the Red Dragon a go. And gets a critical hit to finish it off. Meanwhile, Diabetes has hit another dead end. And I think at this point, Ron Burgundy might actually be kind of starting to run out of places because Ferran does not know about the all the stuff due east of Cole. Brian Williams, our restreamer, asking what chests are still undiscovered. The 2 in Deep Grave and the 3 in Garenham itself. I believe our runners have not found Garenham. I think by process of elimination, Garenham either has to be what the Swamp Cave exits into, or Garenham will have our jerk. Oh, a nice move here from Ferran, looking at his experience, going to go kill a golem real quick and gain the life. Meanwhile, Diaby is finding a whole lot of nothing. Right now it's actually about a 40%, because we do have the 3 in Garenham. Yeah, ooh, this... okay, it didn't continue. And it looks like at this point, Garenham may actually be on that second continent, so the Swamp Cave's starting to look required, either for Garenham or the Jerk. The Jerk being the guy that you go and trade the Rainbow Drop in. Oh yeah, the Sharlock is just south of the Grave of Garen and the Swamp Cave, so all that stuff is just to the east of Cole. And it looks like Diaby is going to actually get the level here, first of all. It looks like I think Diabeus doesn't have too much of a choice heading back that way. 7-2-1-4 spell of conventional heal and sleep, so a little bit of combat trick. Although at this point, the only combat trick you need with 102 strength is to just stab everything in the face. Yeah, Diabeus saw it very early in the siege. And in fact, I think he's actually heading towards it now. Archfield asking if Diabetes actually may want to just focus on the exploration because the strength is really good right now with Erdrick's Sword. That would be 144 attack power. And in fact, looks like it's going to be a deep grave play for Diabetes. Remember, Diabetes has never been back to Tantagel, where the Silver Harp is, has never been back to Cantlin, which leads to the utterly impossible coordinates for the token. What we know is that there's could be the stones down here, there could be the Death Necklace, although looking like that's going to be a little bit unnecessary. The Death Necklace will trade in 25% of your maximum health for 10 attack power, but we aren't exactly hurting for attack power at the moment. And here we go, it's Deep Grave for Diabetes. First chest of Deep Grave, this one kind of off the path, is the Stones of Sunlight. So there's our third key item. There is still the potential for Erdrick's Sword or a Death Necklace down here. It looks like Diabetes is going to keep going, of course, with no harp. Who knows, you might have it down here. And yeah, it is looking like a very tough Charlock. We have red dragons with pretty much nothing nerfing them. Blue dragons, already a deadly enemy to begin with. Have the Dragon Lord Breath. Wizards and werewolves evidently have Dragon Lord Breath. Green dragons are kind of nerfed because they keep spamming Stop Spell, and it looks like Diabetes finding the fairy water down here in the bottom chest is going to attempt to take a Death Ward. Oh no, looks to be walking out. In the meantime, Veron Burgundy is quickly closing out on level 14. So it'll be interesting to see here if Diabetes elects to go... Okay, Diabetes is just leave. I was gonna say, does Diabetes take a Death Warp here or just leave? It looks like leave's gonna be, so he's probably going to max out the large shield. But it's still getting good kills. These wizards, with this much strength, you can reliably two-shot. And Diabetes actually going to just sit here for a little bit. I don't know if he's gonna maybe grind or he's actually now decided to take the Death War. Meanwhile, Ferran doing some more exploration on the map. Still has not gone east to find all the caves. And it looks like Diabetes is actually going to go ahead and take the Death Warp. Now, the way the chest glitch works is that the game can only store 8 items in inventory, which resets upon going to the overworld. However, if you don't go to the overworld by death warping like this, and you get over 8 chests, you will actually be able to take the last chest you get. You'll be able, once you get over 8 chests, the chests do not despawn, and you can just take them over and over again. Unfortunately, Diabetes taking the gold chest is the 8th chest, but I believe there's actually another gold chest down here in the tablet cave, so that will enable the gold grind. I think. I forget if this was gold or an herb. Meanwhile, Ferran has managed to find Garen's grave. He's got... We'll see if he does top 3 and leaves or it does deep grave. If he does deep grave, that is in fact the correct plane. Will get him these stones of sunlight. And unfortunately, it's empty. Yes, it was an herb, so Diabetes, fortunately, is going to miss out on the gold grind. In the meantime, it was fairy water, gold, and the other cursed belt. And we now know, I think, with the entire first continent explored, we need to go through that swamp cave to get any more progression. So I believe that's where Diabetes is going now, having pretty much full clear of the first continent. We'll get to that second continent. We'll either pop out in the wild and need to find Garenham, or we'll pop out in Garenham and need to find a jerk cave. I believe that's the only 2 permutations. And yes, Fromberg is going deep grave. Will find those stones of sunlight if he can survive. Goes after a blue dragon. That might be a bit optimistic. And gets away. Yeah, after seeing the Dragon Lord breath, he's like, nah, I'm good. And unfortunately, no outside. Even at level 14, you have to walk this. And we know there's some very nasty stuff here, like the Red Dragon, as From Burgundy at 1 hour 11 minutes has all 3 of the key items, just needs to find the Rainbow Drop Cave and we'll be able to collect the Rainbow Drop. Meanwhile, Diabetes is going to manage to knock out the Red Dragon and run straight into another Red Dragon, which gets the ambush on him. Unfortunately for Burgundy, hitting some rather nasty encounter luck, but using the sleep spell to actually go after the Snowman. As Diabetes going after this Red Dragon gets taken to 1 health. But that's good enough to survive and get another big chunk of experience. And Diabetes is actually going to check the Swamp Spike Tile and discover it's a blue dragon, which is bad news. And yeah, Ferran looking to have the advantage amongst our featured runners, however this is. Well, it was a 9-person race. We've already had one forfeit. This is now an 8-person weekly race, so yeah, we'll see who comes out top of the end. The Blue Dragon actually having heal as well. Divey is hacking away at it. And takes it out. And wants nothing to do with the princess at the moment, because with no outside, that would force a second outside. That would force a second Blue Dragon fight. Divey is actually leaving through the south end. I don't know if he's gotten his exits mixed up or what. But the way to the second continent is through the north end, although at this point we could wind up with outside after this fight. This fight would give Diabetes a level if he can finish it out. Finish out he does, we will go to level 15. With 16 more power. And, well, we got hurt more, but we don't have outside. So unfortunately, a couple of nice utilities not quite there yet. But yeah, with a whopping 118 strength, you could now win with pretty much just the broadsword would be good enough. That would give you 140 attack. So Diabetes going back to Yale Town. Oh, actually he only has one key. Does the smart thing and does not immediately spend it. Is going to go through this door, which has a key shop behind it, and do a restart. Meanwhile, Ferran taking the path through the swamp cave, we might see what's on the other side. Depends on if he can avoid the red dragons for long. Ooh, smart choice here. Daibi is checking this shop and will discover a nice shiny broadsword on. Front stream having a little bit of technical difficulties as Diabetes is going to learn the horrifying news of those coordinates. They were so horrifying his screen went gray. Yeah, Brian Williams, our first-time tracker, first-time restreamer. Always good to have more help in that department, as you can tell by the lack of restreamed weeklies over the past few weeks. Although, with the league on the way, that should be picking up. And thank you as well to Kamiya and Vinokai for the tracking. And it looks like Ferran Burgundy either popped out in Garenham or popped out in the overworld, and Garenham was just right there. Although, based on the movements, it was Swamp Cave exiting out into Garenham. Not sure what was in Garenham Treasury, and... oh, I think we missed one. Or no, I think that was Swamp Cave, so I think Ferran actually managed to get the jerk in Garenham, walked back out and back. In the meantime, Diabetes unable to kill this wizard before it hits him with Dragon Lord Breath. And yeah, it looks like Ferran's on the path to the grind, so... Looking like Ferran may have the goods here. Yep, that's a rainbow drop in his inventory. He managed to find that Garanham, and he is now in, well, will probably be a very short grind and go. He's probably just gonna polish off this level as Diabetes just one-shots a metal slug. Yeah, not liking that agility. Diabetes gonna make a quick trip over this way in order to eventually relocate that shrine cave that will give him the Staff of Rain. Meanwhile, Frombergy's just going at this golem. And we'll get the level, get all that attack power. We'll see how he reacts to it. Oh, he's actually going to take some more levels. I guess he's decided he can get this one. They'll still be worth it. No, that was the broadstick in his inventory. Just a broadsword for Arm Burgundy, so... Looking like Erdrick's sword is, in fact, in Charlotte Castle, if he so desires. Although it looks like Ferran's actually going to go for it. Maybe. Okay, I think I see what's going on. Ferran's going to take a pit stop at Cantlin and utilize its item shop in order to restock for the final dive coming up, and then, or maybe not. Meanwhile, Divey is heading back to the Swamp Cave and just murdering everything in his path, like that golem. Divey is trying to use Hurt More on a wizard. Unfortunately, wizards are very resistant to Hurt More. I think only a 1/16 to get them. And yeah, it does look like just a quick pit stop here for Armberg. Going to pick up some fairy water as well. Which is actually a smart idea with no repel on the board. Although, I'm not sure if Ferran Burgundy went south from Garen's Grave. He may not know where Sherlock is. Okay, so Divey is going to give the Swamp Cave another go. And there it is for Diabetes. There's Garenham. There will be the Rainbow Drop. Well, assuming he did get the token, I wasn't paying. Because, yes, Diabetes did get the coordinates. I guess we'll find out very shortly. Actually, Death Necklace in here. Key refund. And a torch. Okay, so, did Diabetes get the token? Yes, he did. Okay. Yeah, it was so quick that we missed it. And that is the Rainbow Drop for Diabetes. And Diabetes knows where Sharlock is, just has to head over there. Or maybe going ahead and taking level 16, not trusting the agility. In the meantime, we'll see if Ferran Burgundy goes south. Yeah, Ferran Burgundy is going south. We'll find Sharlock and shall head on in and start his dive. Although Ferran Burgundy has lost some MP already down to 80 MP. And here's a new enemy in the Arbor Knight. It knows sleep. It knows attack. So just in case you thought Charlotte couldn't get worse, have some Armor Knights with sleep. Have some Armor Knights with Wombo combo, because this just couldn't get worse. So yeah, buckle up, people. We might be in for a rough ride here. So the question is, you've seen that as your first enemy. What do you do from here? Well, first off, Ron's going to just, attempt to murder this stone man. However, the sleep misses. Yeah, we'll see if any of our runners elect to take some more levels to try to boost that agility after seeing what's in Sharlock. Daibi is going to use the Rainbow Drop, build a bridge, and head on in. Ooh, but finds the Green Dragon, which is going to be a really good target for this absurd amount of strength. So, 3 zones in Sharlock. Our top zone looks to be the Armor Knight with the Wombo combo, and oh, there it is, in the ambush. Ivy is going to go after it, but may discover the bad news. Yep, here it comes. There's the sleep. There's the Dragon Lord breath. And Diabetes is just cursing life at the moment. Although he does just wake up, stab him in the face, and kills him. So he will pick up that experience. And Ferran, thinking what to do, going to try to block the spell, actually manages to do so. So we'll see if Ferran finishes him off here, and looks like he's going to try. Meanwhile, Diabetes manages to nail another enemy just on the cusp of level 16. And a critical hit for 134 damage to the Green Dragon is going to take it down. Level 16 on the way with 7 more power, because why not? Only 1 agility, 12 health, 10 magic, and the spells of Repel and Outside are missing spells. You are guaranteed to learn all spells by 16, so whatever spells he didn't have, and you can see the stat. That's all green except agility, which is quite abysmal. At this point, you may spend so many heal more on the way down. You have to pick up Erdrick's sword to just butcher the Dragon Lord with insane damage. In the meantime, the second zone showing a bunch of green dragons, so Diabetes actually electing to take him down and get the experience, which is actually pretty juicy. Oh, but the Armored Knight is back for round 2. Diabetes looking over his options and going to use stops. Going to block his spell and then just give him a couple pile drivers and call it a day. And yeah, smart of our runners if they can get him first to use that stop. So it does look like a low resistance to it. It's only 2 MP. Although this Armor Knight is going to get the ambush on Diabetes, going to put him to sleep, and Diabetes managing to wake up. And yeah, with our runners such heavy underdogs to run away from Armor Knights, they use about 86 agility or so to block you. It pretty much is faster with this massive imbalance in stats to just kill the Armor Knight. Also, yeah, we have the we could have the Pyramid Game. It depends on if our rares actually elect to go get it, because they have 147 attack power with a broadsword. And final zone, it looks like, and Diabetes immediately gets Fire Breath by a wizard. Because that's pretty much just how this seed has been. And then does some impressive damage to that green dragon, dealing 51 with, once again, with a broadsword. So, potential Pyramid Game, Diabetes actually could win. Could just go straight up to the Dragon Lord and win with these stats. And he's still gaining experience. Because these green dragons are... Oh, we are... Nope, he's going straight for it, because he still has 12 heal more. In the meantime, like I said, this was the weekly with 8 people in it. We do have our official win. And yeah, Diabetes is going to take on the Dragon Lord with the broadsword, as From Burgundy is going to get to level 16. And we have one more spike tile before the end. It is Ye Old Dragon of Red. Which is probably two-shot with a broadsword. Davey is going to utilize the herbs and... you're hot micing. Sorry about that. We are joined by the winner of our weekly, Mr. Home. I assume as soon as he gets his little microphone situation sorted out. But yeah, Mr. Holmes taking it home with an official SR time of 1:30, 1:39.
You guys got me here?
Yes, we do. GG to you, sir.
Sorry about the issue there. I had a audio splitter for a marathon I was in, and apparently it combines the mic and the audio, so my bad.
Well, good to know that you got that sorted out as Diabetes is giving the Dragon Lord the business. So, whole lots of firepower on both ends flying about in that seed. We had some crazy high attack power, but lots of Dragon Lord breath against us.
Yeah, that sounds pretty accurate. I agree with that assessment.
So yeah, what was your weapon of choice to take on the Dragon Lord?
Well, until I got Erdrick's sword. It was the bottom right chest in the treasury. Because up until that point, I only had a hand axe, and for probably 80% of the seed, I had a copper sword. So I definitely knew, like, okay, maybe if you get down there with all your resources, but then first enemy armored knight was sleep. I'm like, I don't even have stop spell. I'm getting the heck out of here.
Oh, what level did you start diving at? Because I know we had adequate stats for a while. As Diabetes manages to take out the Dragon Lord, will be our second place finisher with a time of 1:35:36.
Yeah, I hopped in at 14 because I had to do a lot of running around. And I was like, I at least have to see what it's like, because there was no like really good grind enemy. The blue dragon was just a pain in the butt. Maybe it would have been better if I had a flame sword, I don't know, but... And then I didn't want to go all the way back to the golem and then have to come all the way back to Sharlock. I was like, I'm already here. Let's just go see what it's like. And then, as I mentioned, first enemy, I just noped right out of there.
Yeah, and Frombergie's actually going to give us the entire pyramid. Okay, maybe not. Maybe just grab Erdrick's sword and have 167 attack.
So was there any more attack power? Because I know my chat mentioned after that Ness went to 16. So did that give any more ridiculous power?
I think it was about 9 more on 16, because
Holy crap.
has 167 attack.
No fighter's ring? No 169? Nice.
He's got fighter's ring.
Oh, maybe I was off. Anywho, yeah, I fought the armored knights and the red dragons just because that was more efficient than running. But I mean, I knew I never would have imagined burning as many heal mores as I did. I basically ended up starting the fight with literally the bare minimum, and I got incredibly fortunate to get the stop spell and then the first attack. Like, otherwise that would have been a lot different of a fight, although I did low roll fairly substantially, so whatever.
Meanwhile, Frombergie getting a Ouch. I think we may have a new record for damage dealt on stream.
Was it like 150?
167.
Oh, it's like straight up maxed out?
Yep, Maxwell straight to the dome.
Someone needs to clip that. Oh, that's
Clip
deadly.
it. Okay, so Ferran Burgundy with a whopping 6 heal more is going up against the Dragon Lord
At 16?
at 16.
Okay, so that should be just the slightest bit more comfy, but I mean it's a high variance fight, so all it takes was like me getting some low rolls and all of a sudden things get flipped right on their head.
Okay, so I think 23 followed by 32. So 50.
Yeah, that sounds like my first 3 attacks combined.
And then 17 for 72, I believe.
Sounds like a pretty easy fight.
95. 95, I think. I might have been confusing a Dragon Lord attack with his attack. 116.
So yeah, like I am absolutely shocked as it took me so long to find Rimmel
147.
the Seed.
Yeah, I think Diabetes didn't find it until about 52 minutes. And yeah, it's for Burgundy only needed 5 heal more to kill the Dragon Lord.
GG. Yeah, my chat
And-
was saying it took 57 minutes on my side to find Rimmel. This is ridiculous.
And we have our third place finishers in plural because both Beta Strep and Ferran Burgundy have finished with an official SRL time of 1:39:39.
Man, I didn't even notice that. Good catch.
Yeah, they get to share the bronze medal.
That just goes to show you what having .done pre-typed can do for you.
But yeah, next thing we on those chords.
Yeah, I was pointing out that you could have worn a cloak of wind and gotten further from the castle than those coordinates. Yeah, that was pretty spectacular. I mean, I'm just glad it wasn't the armor. Like, 'cause I was so worried after I found Rimmel so late. I was just ecstatic that the sword wasn't like in the treasury or something like that. Because like crap, people could already be farming metal slimes at level 9.
Yeah, I think that was actually maybe a possibility. I did see Diabetes with a broadsword just one-shot a metal slime and all kinds of other absurdity.
Just to put things in perspective, at level 15, the level that I finished at, you could one-shot a metal slime with a broadsword, I believe. Not consistently, but you could do it. Because you'd be at like 140 attack power or something like that. So you actually, yeah, I think you'd be doing 3 to 7. That's crazy.
Yeah, that was pretty much the story of the seed. We had all the strength and none of the agility.
Yeah, it never came.
Yeah, and
It
then you were
absolutely never came.
also kind of had no spells in the early game. Like I think it was like level 8 or 9 that a heal more showed up, and then the rest of the spells kind of trickled in. But for quite a while, it was just that spell of return.
Yeah, I think at level 6 or 7 we learned return. And I was like, "Oh, great. This is fantastic." And then at level 8 or 9 we learned heal more, and then eventually it's like, "Oh, great. We got radiant. What a luxury. I can cast so many radiants." It was truly spectacular.
Although I did see our featured runners taking a bunch of fights where they would just slug it out with stuff with that heal more, so it did help.
Oh yeah, it was brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Yeah, I mean, we were talking about how the second continent was so small. It's like hard to even justify it as being a continent. It was like the New Zealand of continents.
Except they had the jerk.
True.
So
I
it
mean,
was still required, and you still had to go through all those red dragons and blue dragons and all that good stuff.
right. So just for some wordplay, it's almost like it was an incontinence. But you know, like you said, it was necessary. So fair enough.
Speaking of wordplay, we have someone who is very well known for his wordplay. We have our tied for third place finisher, Ferran
Yes,
Bergen.
although I'm not sure what words to utilize for this here. That's that's for sure. At least ones that are safe for broadcast here.
Yes, a lot of hockey pucks. That's my word of choice.
Yeah, hockey pucks, baseballs, basketballs, a few soccer balls, maybe even a lacrosse ball. That's what was thrown at a lot of the litany of DL2 breath enemies. I'm not
A lot of two squared words, am I right?
sure.
Sorry, I won't make math jokes anymore.
No math. But yeah, it was pretty much the theme of the seed. Enemies had the Dragon Lord breath to bring their firepower. Our runners had insane strength to bring their firepower.
Yeah, I'm taking a look here from my notes. So the scorpion, the wyvern, the wizard, breath. So that's 4 out of the 10 enemies in Sharlock.
So I just want to so since you read from your notes, I'd like to read from my notes. There is Sharlock followed by a direction that's basically like a giant spiral. And then the only other thing on the piece of paper is 1 north, 1, and then I just couldn't justify writing east. That is my notes for this one. Just ridiculous in every possible way.
Yeah, I believe this will be a seed to remember for all kinds of reasons, good and
Yeah, you got it.
in the meantime, we have a 5th place finisher, Nescard, getting done in 1:45:53. Also joining the party is our 2nd place finisher, Diabetes. You might want to mute your mic there, buddy.
All right, I've said my piece. I'll let the other podium finishers have their turn. Thanks for hopping out, smashing, showing this for the peoples. I appreciate it.
Yeah, I gotta practice my comms because we do have that league coming up here before too much longer.
Sweet. I'll take a look at it and I'll talk to y'all later.
Well, from what I see here, if only we knew that things were going to go the way that they were in the stream, that would made for a heck of a visual race as we finish in a tie for 3rd, from what I see here.
Yep, that indeed happened. I think we still have 3 people going at it at the moment. Unfortunately, Bobski bowed out quite early.
Oh, okay. It was a rough one. I mean, but not, I don't know, it was both tilting, but also, I don't know, easy in some senses and challenging in others. I think the fact that we had such insane strength was good, because without that, I don't think we would have gone. I think we'd still be going here.
Yeah, especially since spells took their sweet time to get learned.
I looked at the field of people that were here, and I was just hoping to finish better than like 7th, and I did that. So I'm happy with that.
Yeah, I do want to ask though, since I just thought, you took an awfully long. I think you went all the way to like level 6 or something. I know you spent a whole lot of time grinding early on, even as the strength started ramping up in a hurry. So, what kind of kicked you into gear to finally start getting out into the world? Like, when you gonna decide to start hanging out and stop the grinding you were doing at the
Well,
very start?
as far as my early grind, I just knew that we had very little in terms of spells, and while there was some power there, I was basically a glass cannon. So,
So,
more
so were
area.
so were you kind of trying hoping that you would pick up something that would fix that, and once it just didn't happen, that's when you took off, or
It was a combination of that, and once I knew that even hitting wolves for 40 experience at a time wasn't going to be ideal to get from, say, level 8 to level 9, that's where I had ventured out. Now, obviously, that was also where I spent a good amount of time on level.
yeah, I know she got stuck for a bit on experience, and diabetes of our two restreamed runners had the experience lead for pretty much the entire seed, really, because he ventured out early and got like I think he got the copper sword early, and that let him got the copper sword, used coal to get some herbs, and that kind of got him going a little bit.
At herbs, I already had a good 75 strength, or at least it felt that way. So I think that bumped it up to 85. So it certainly helped, but I don't know. I hung around maybe longer than I should have. It's hard to say though, as I mean, I don't know. I kind of subscribe to the Game Boy philosophy of time spent grinding is never wasted. That was why I even had like a mini level, like a level and a half grind on the golems in Hawksness while I still had some searching to do.
Yeah, that sounds fair because yeah, yeah, it was tough to get around. So because I think we didn't even get repel until 16, and then low agility and as many tough enemies as there were. I could see. I was not surprised that you decided to kind of take a few levels.
It took me a while. I'm thinking, all right, well, Repel's got to be coming soon, right? All right, let me pick up a couple of fairy waters just in case, and it just wasn't happening. And then once I was like, all right, I'm at 140 attack power with the broadsword. I can dive for Erdrick's sword and go for game. And I take 2 steps into Sharlock, and oh, look, there's an armored knight that you can't run from, and it has 75% sleep, and it has the DL2 breath on top of it. And it was just one of those, oh man, moments.
Yeah, I think that was quite a shock for all of us because we they were a complete unknown. I don't think we had seen armor knights at all before then. Then they just make the opening statement of, "Oh, we have wombo combo." But
Yeah, it was definitely a welcome to Sharlock type moment.
yeah, and that was on top of what we already knew. Although I think most of the big offenders we knew about actually did not show up because I don't think there were any blue dragons. There were wizards. I I don't know how many red dragons there were. I knew the red dragon was the spike enemy, but I don't think it was a random encounter. So Are there any
I think I
armor
had a
knights?
couple on the way down.
Okay, yeah. What? I didn't catch them then. As we have our sixth place finisher, Amazing Toaster, done in a time of 1:53:06.
Yeah, this was. You can tell that this was nasty, and that you have people who excel greatly in this game, and you can see that they were having struggles. I mean, you seldom see Nest Cardinality finishing, off the podium outside of the top three. Very rarely do you see him outside of the top two. So, I mean, Toaster is another one who, I mean, he's been racking up first place finishes all over the place. To see Toaster at 6, it's just popping in as well. Just, yeah, less than a minute behind Amazing Toaster.
And we now have our seventh place finisher, Will Wagner, done in 1:53:50.
Sorry, I was kind of stepping on you a little bit there. It's, I guess I'm just so used to being a commentator that I almost kind of took your role from me here. But I think that's all the more reason that I should step out and let some of the others who discussion here for the seed on Randomania.
Okay, well, you have a good night.
Thank you. You do the same and stay classy, my friends.
Okay, so we do have a diabetes in here still if he wishes to chat. Sorry, just having a little bit of technical difficulties. Okay, I guess I'll just do this through the chat, and because I do at least want to ask how you felt. We've heard plenty about how the seed itself went, but for you in particular, the Rimeldar, it was right there. All you had to do was make that one turn, and I think at 52 minutes you finally went up there because I know for a lot of the kind of early game, you just went over the swamp to the west and searched out that area, and then you finally got up there. Yeah, I think Holmes actually found it like 57 minutes in, so you weren't the only one. And then one more thing I want to ask about when you were going to grind the golem for a little bit, you accidentally used wings. What happened there? Was that a miss menu or uh yeah, that's kind of why I guess you were trying to use heal more in your spell list and you accidentally went to item. But yeah, it was indeed an interesting eat. I think uh, well yeah, when when you have heal more for a lot of the scene, then hurt more shows up. There's a very high chance you're accidentally going to try to hurt more something. So it's like, who put that hurt more there? And it's usually it always tends to be something against something they'll fizzle against, and then you just die horribly. But yeah, with that, we are going to close it up here. This is Smashy. Tracker for this race was Kemion Minokai, and our new streamer to the sea, Brian Williams, bringing you the race this week. And for them and all of our runners, I am Smashy, and I shall bid you a good night.